Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and today I have a bunch of Black Ops 4 news to share with you guys. So, over the course of the past couple of weeks, Treyarch has developed this really bad habit where they give us an update, they let everybody download and play the update, and then they wait literally 8+ hours to actually let us know what the update changed. Yesterday's patch went live at about 1 PM Eastern, but Treyarch didn't let us know what was in that patch until nearly 10 PM Eastern, which honestly makes no sense to me whatsoever. The update before this one, they did the same thing, but it was actually worse. Like, they gave us the update at some point in the afternoon, they told us to wait for the patch notes, but the patch notes didn't even come out until the next day at some point in the afternoon. And it's not like they don't know these updates are going to be happening, right? It's not like these updates are a surprise to them. They know when every patch is going to go live. They know what every single patch is going to contain, but for some reason, they refuse to let us know what's happening until long after the patch hits our consoles. That's why I wanted to make this video for you guys here today, because in yesterday's video, which I posted several hours before the patch notes, I wasn't able to tell you guys about all the changes that Treyarch decided to make to the Blackout game mode. I want to cover all those changes here today, but I also want to talk about the new update that just went live today, which added the black market to the Xbox and the PC, as well as talk about a new event that's been announced on top of that, but of course, I'll cover both of those topics towards the end of the video. But for right now, let's talk about Blackout and all the changes that have taken effect. So, number one, by far the biggest one, the 9-bang has been completely removed from the Blackout game mode. Treyarch says it will likely return after they figure out how to make it work within Blackout, but for the time being, the 9-bang has been removed, and concussion grenades have received a small buff. I say buff, but in reality, all they really did was make it so you could throw them farther, and they also made it so you can now carry concussion grenades in stacks of 2 instead of 1, which of course makes them much more important and much more valuable now that the 9-bang is gone. Moving along with all the changes here, every single submachine gun in Blackout has received a muzzle velocity buff, which makes them more viable at range, but Treyarch says it's not going to make them outperform assault rifles at ranges, it's just going to make submachine guns a little bit better in general. And speaking of submachine guns and assault rifles, the Spitfire now has reduced recoil in Blackout, and the Rampart now has less idle sway and less recoil than it did before, which is definitely needed, right? I would say that while playing in Blackout, the Rampart is basically this meme weapon that nobody likes to pick up because it's really freaking bad. Well, hopefully after yesterday's update, the Rampart is a little bit better. And just to reiterate one more time here, guys, all these changes are exclusive to Blackout. I don't want people to get confused and think that submachine guns got buffed in multiplayer or anything like that happened. All these changes in this video are exclusive to the Blackout game mode. Basically, what Treyarch said is they want this week's update to basically be the big Blackout overhaul in the same way that last week's update was kind of like the big multiplayer overhaul. But moving along here with the changes, the Auger DMR was buffed by increasing its recenter speed as well as its muzzle velocity. Now, recenter speed, for those who don't know, is actually a very important stat in the Call of Duty franchise. It's kind of like recoil, but not. So, when you fire your weapon, it kicks up, and the recenter speed is the rate at which your sights go from that recoil position back down to their normal position. So, basically what this means is the Auger, after yesterday's update, can now be spam fired a little bit easier than it could before, and with the changes to its velocity, it's possible that the Auger is now going to be one of the better weapons in Blackout again. You guys know it was really good back during the beta, almost too good, which is why they decided to nerf it going here into the full game. But after yesterday's update, it's now more like the beta version of the gun as compared to the terrible version of the gun that we've seen over the course of the past couple of weeks. Now, along with the Auger changes, they also decided to change up the spread pattern for the Swordfish, which is going to hopefully make it easier to use downrange, and they also decided to buff every single light machine gun across the board. So, the Titan, the VKM, and the Hades all received faster recenter speeds as well as reduced recenter offsets, which again basically means they are going to be much easier to control downrange. Now, like I mentioned in yesterday's video, this update also brought the Blightfather event to the game, which spawns in this giant monster at the Asylum Graveyard. He is super difficult to kill, but his loot is definitely worth it, and a big part of this event is the zombies characters from Black Ops 4 can now be unlocked while playing Blackout. Each of them is is going to require you finding a certain item out in the world, and it appears that the Blightfather has a pretty high chance of dropping some of the required items that you need to unlock these characters. Now, like I said earlier, Treyarch has been really bad about keeping us updated as of recently, so when I made my video yesterday, which keep in mind was 6 hours after the update went live, we had no idea how long this Blightfather event would actually be going on for. Well, at about 10 p.m. last night, Treyarch decided to finally let us know, and it appears he is only going to be active from October 6th to October 13th, so be sure to get your Blightfather kills in while you guys can. Now, earlier in the video, I told you guys that a new event has been announced and a new update just to Xbox and PC, so let's go ahead and cover that now. Just like with what the PlayStation guys got last week, Xbox and PC fans have finally received the COD Points update. This means that all the COD Points that you were supposed to get for pre-ordering the game are now available on your system of choice. They can be used to purchase tiers of the Battle Pass as well as these new special orders, but it's worth mentioning they have revealed that Blackjack's shop is going to be coming out at some point this month, and I imagine COD Points are going to be involved there as well. So if you have a bunch of COD Points saved up, maybe consider saving them until we can see exactly what that Blackjack shop is actually going to entail. Now, in regards to the new event, Treyarch has revealed that now that everything is live on all platforms, the first double tier boost in multiplayer and Blackout is set to go live this Friday. This is only going to last for the weekend, but during that time we are going to be earning double tier progress, and for you Zombies fans, you will be earning double plasma throughout the entire weekend as well. In my opinion,